All righty. Good morning, beautiful people. It's Johnny here coming to you from Melbourne officially. Great to see you on this fantastic Super Saturday. It's that time again. And now that we do these sessions once a month, I seriously, I do look forward to them. We all do. I don't look forward to the 2 a.m. I mean, obviously, the time zones have done that thing again around about this time of year, and it brings me out to 2 a.m. I think it was midnight a few months ago, but it's all changed. So it doesn't matter. It is what it is. But great to see everyone. Thanks for taking some time to come in and spend some time with us today, guys. Look, it is once a month. I do realize and recognize that, all our leaders are doing their stuff. They're doing their things and their trainings. And we wanted to change this from every single week so we don't burden everybody with all the stuff that they had. So it becomes one of those events that we kind of look forward to, you know. Today, the show goes on without my partner in crime, Trevor Da Silva, who's in India at the moment for a few weeks, both on business and also pleasure. It was mainly a personal trip, so he can't be with us unless he does what he does and just hides and comes in on some incognito account just to watch how it's all going. But he sends his love for sure. He just called me to say hi because the time zones make it even easier. But guys, seriously, thank you. We love catching up all together with you guys. It's our monthly catch up now, where we can share some stuff, add some value, hear from some exciting people, and I do understand that everybody's doing their own thing as well. So that's why we thought, let's not kill you with a training session every single week. But I'm happy that all the leaders are doing their stuff. But that, look, Trevor and I are committed, and everybody else, we're committed to delivering as much value as we can to you all to make a difference, to make this an exciting community because what's the word I'm looking for? Culture is important. And of course, in this business, in this industry, you guys, many of you like me, have been doing this for some time. You get all sorts of cultures. Sometimes, you're going to have those days, but this really is a fantastic group. We want to keep you excited and motivated so you can keep showing up as well to these events and not think, no, it's that Super Saturday training. So we love you guys, seriously, amazing team. And I've got to say, it's been quite the journey. It really has. And I mean, I've been saying that for a while now, right? But now things have changed. I mean, our little club turns 3 in a couple of weeks, so it's still a baby. Technically, it's still a baby. It's only 3 years old. I mean, some of the monsters in this industry have been going for 20, 30, 40 years, right? So it's still a baby, but it's not so little anymore. Live Good's out of its nappies now. That's how I call it. I thought of it, a few weeks ago. I thought, well, yeah, that's a good analogy. It's out of its nappies. It's playing with the big boys. It's had incredible growth over the last 3 years, now over 2.2 million members, success stories everywhere. And it has changed. It feels different for me. And some of us that have been here long enough and pushed through, right? We've seen the difference, and it really has been a crazy journey. So the success stories everywhere, 4, 5, 6, even multiple 6-figure incomes globally, right? That's what's been possible. And what gets me is it was possible from a little $10 club, a little $10 program, right? That's the one little thing that I didn't believe in the beginning, guys. And I was happily promoting that. I was talking about that to people, that I didn't believe that. I mean, firstly, new kid on the block. Who's going to believe a new kid on the block for some time? We got bashed. What's this little scam? Whatever, But one of the things that also comes with that territory, when you don't have the credibility, because it was a $10 program, I didn't believe, I couldn't see how it could work, how people could make enough money. Even if I believed that the company was going to last, how would they pay enough? And this is an industry where not everybody, in fact, most fail, but you get some leaders, and we've got some in the room here today, that made a lot of money in this industry, whether they were building a network, or whether they were selling products, because some were good at both or one, right? But it took some work. I mean, to get to these incomes, it took us some work, the grind, the blood, the sweat, the tears, showing up every single day, even if we didn't feel like it. You know what that's like. I mean, I rave on about that every single time. Leaders will always rave on about that. Coaches and mentors will always rave on about that. Even when we didn't feel like it, the messages, the calls, the videos, over and over again, waking up in the morning thinking, oh, here I go again. That's what it took to win this. But what happened in the early days, and I'm sure many of you know exactly what I want to say. People noticed in the beginning that it was a little bit of a slow start, right? And we always said that Live Good was a different model. It was a slow burn, right? But people noticed that it was traveling a little bit slowly, some more than others. They introduce a few people, nothing crazy, right? A fast start bonus here and there, maybe a few 25-cent payments, some spillover, maybe, if they were lucky enough, depending where they were positioned. Others ran a little bit harder and started to win quicker, right? Started to get a few ranks under their belt. They're starting to climb. The teams are starting to grow. The pay was a little bit better, maybe not record-breaking yet. And even at that point, they thought, hang on a second, this doesn't seem to be paying as much compared to what I used to get paid, doing what I used to do. They're selling the products or whatever. I've got to get some food on the table. What do I do? So many people, I mean, one of the beautiful things about this model is people usually don't quit, right? It's $10 a month. But some people decided to maybe slip back into some old habits and doing some things that they, I guess, were used to doing in the past, which we understood because, hey, you got to eat, right? You got to make some money. A bunch of people didn't quite believe that this little club could provide the financial breakthrough that they were looking for. That was the frustrating thing. That's what I experienced. It didn't bother me as much because I guess I was one of those that ran really hard, and I could see the magic starting to happen, to creep in, to build every single month, which was the matching bonus, right? I didn't care about the fast starts. I didn't care about the 25 cents. They were okay, little bits and pieces. But when I noticed that the matching bonus was growing every single month, I thought, hang on a second. If I really just give this that little bit more, I really think that this is going to just keep growing, and that's exactly what it did, right? But a bunch of people didn't believe that was going to happen for them yet. So they paid their little membership every month. Maybe they ordered some products now and then, and that was it. Until one day something happened. Some of us started winning, right? People were hitting platinum ranks and diamond ranks. We were all making a lot of noise. 5- and 6-figure incomes started to show up, getting paid every single week plus once a month. So people's belief, started to change, and we made a lot of noise so everybody would know. And people started to listen to all the noise. Not only those that were there building, but people that had been involved for 5 months, 12 months, 18 months, some that didn't believe it would pay, like I said earlier, right? Even we didn't. People that didn't believe it would last, maybe. They started to wake up. And many realized, hang on a second, even though I haven't done much over the last 5, 8, 12 months, whatever, that little residual thing keeps coming in every single month. It might not be massive. It might be 200, 300, 400, or whatever. But they start to realize, hang on, this, not only they're hearing the stories of the success stories, me yelling from the rooftops and on my Zooms every single week, yelling and screaming. But I'm here to tell you that they started to change. I'm so excited to see so many people re-engaging. I mean, my business is building. There's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do to slow down my business now. There's way too much momentum. And I would want that exact. I know some of you are sitting there thinking, yeah, yeah, Johnny, that's what I want. Well, you know what? Your turn will come. But I'm really excited to see that so many people are re-engaging again. I mean, someone once said to me, who cares, Johnny, if your business is growing? But I do care because I know that there were some people that I was close to, even leaders, whatever, that I wish they would just see what I saw, right? I really do. Because we've been bogged down with so much bullshit with so many little, I won't call them scams because that wouldn't be right, but just little shiny objects that appear everywhere to distract. And I've had the opportunity to be distracted a million times and never did. I just didn't. I thought to myself, no, I truly believe in my heart that if I just kept going, even though I had those days that I couldn't stand, that it was going to pay me significant money, and it did. It's exactly what happened. And I just loved, just getting back to what I started to say again, I loved the fact that over the past few months, I've had so many conversations with people that are re-engaging. They're relaunching. They thought, okay, maybe it's time, realizing that maybe it's time to get to diamond. And it's worth the decision to win this thing. And one of those incredible humans is here with us today. I mean, there's a few of you here. I've had conversations with some of you about, Johnny, I really want to get this done. But one of those incredible humans who was special to me from the beginning. I mean, everybody is, but every now and again you see someone, you come across one of your people that they have that look in their eye, like, I'm going to rip this up and go all the way. Not everybody has that. But when they do have that, I engage. I engage with them. You have to. That's what you do as a leader. She said yes to Live Good in July 2023. So just a little bit, I think for me it was April, right? 23. So 2.5 years ago. And she got to work. She got to work and I thought, wow, look out. Sharing the message. She got to platinum in no time and was well on her way to diamond. Well, I mean, got to platinum. Her journey to diamond hadn't even really started yet, right? But I know that she thought, because we had conversations back then, because somebody like her who's come from the industry and used to making a buck thought, hang on, I'm not sure whether this business pays enough compared to the money that was used to selling, in the past, selling products, something, things that she was really good at. So she disappeared for a while. But I'm excited to say that she's back with an attitude, with her eye on the prize, and that's diamond and beyond. And I'd like you to meet her. Some of you have already, and hear her story, and also learn some incredible tips on how to, because she just happens to be a bit of a rock star as well, right? So she's also going to share some incredible tips on how to build your business on social media effectively, how to grow your business. She's a certified neuroscience coach, right? Smart cookie, but also a business, branding, and social media coach. And she's the one and only, I'd like to introduce you to the one and only Katlyn Talley. Katlyn, I think you can grab the mic and say hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for that introduction. I loved it. Um, I'm going to share a little bit, y'all, just full transparency. Like Johnny said, I did come in hot and heavy. Okay. I personally enrolled over 100 affiliates my very first week with Live Good. And I think my first month, this just shows you, by the way, how you have to be consistent with the matrix pay and the matching pay and all of that. but I made over $2,600 my first month with Live Good. And I understand that that is not something that a lot of people experience. But with that being said, y'all, my very first Matrix paycheck was 89 cents, less than $1. Okay. And so I had worked so hard, like Johnny said, and I thought, wait, this is 89 cents, you know, not realizing that the matrix, it actually takes time to build. What you're doing today is your paycheck 6 to 12 months from now. And that's just the reality of this business model, because it is a true residual business model. Like Johnny said, it's not something where you're just gonna, there's a lot of companies out there, and I've told people you're gonna make more money other places really fast if that's your goal. But if you want a legacy business, I believe that there really is only one, and that is Live Good. So, I'm an esthetician. That's what I do during the day. I will never give that up because I love it. I have had a lot of success in network marketing, but just like every other network marketing leader, you know, the lived reality of a network marketing leader, anyone that's in network marketing that's pushing products, they all experience the same thing. They're all starting over every single month. They're all having fluctuating paychecks. They're all needing, 20 million leaders under them personally in order for their business to advance. There are so many gotchas with other compensation plans. And so, again, I had a lot of success in network marketing. But if you look, I'm a numbers girl through and through. And when you look at the statistics of other business models, other companies, you're talking a very, 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 very small percentage actually making money. And if you have a heart for the everyday average person, if you take your business further than yourself and you think, wait, what can I do to help other people? Then you'll understand that Live Good is really the only thing that makes sense, because a lot of people are coming in. It's super easy to hit bronze when you stay consistent and then just continue to rank up. And I saw that vision here because it's $10, less than $10, $9.95 a month. And so, with that being said, as an esthetician, I always take time to really connect with people. And as my clients are sitting on my table, laying on my table, and I'm talking to them, a lot of them are, older. And, I'm hearing the story, just the financial stress. And I'm going to be very transparent with y'all. I'm very business heavy whenever I talk about Live Good. The products are phenomenal. I love them. But I am here for the business. And so as I'm listening to all of these people talk, there are people that have saved their entire life savings in their 401k, and they're having to try to make ends meet until the end of their life. Hopefully, they have enough money. People that are on Social Security, I know people in my real life who are living on less than $700 a month because that's just their financial reality. And my heart hurts for people like that, because I think, dang, what if they would just experience Live Good? There are a lot of people that wait around and think that they're going to have enough money for retirement, but that's just not the case with inflation. And so, no job, there is not a single corporate job that you can go and work and they will continue to pay you your check when you retire, the same amount of money, right, that you're making while you're working. And then they say, oh, by the way, your kids will inherit this. It's not just you, it's a true legacy business here with Live Good. Um, I don't know if y'all are aware that this business can be willed to your children. And for me, there is nothing more important than giving my children the financial freedom. So, when I started, and again, y'all, over 100 people my first week, I grew very fast. I'm just going to tell y'all, that whenever I came out and was just very open and honest with people, I build my business primarily on Facebook, just so y'all know. I'm not real big on any of the other social media platforms. Do not try to do it all. That's my biggest tip for you. Okay. Find like two platforms. I know that Johnny has so many people coming, clicking on his link from TikTok. That's a really good one. I am not super great at TikTok. I have built my business through Facebook. Just to be honest with you, Instagram is a harder platform. I believe, especially for the everyday average person that's not going to take time to have the most aesthetically pleasing videos. Okay. So pick a couple platforms and put your head down and work. But when I was transparent about finding an opportunity that was not built on product sales, like it did not rely on product sales, what that did is it piqued interest. And so when people say, Caitlin, how did you get so many people your first week? That's what I did. I piqued interest. I'm really big on attraction marketing. And if you tell people that have tried, there's everyone has tried to sell products, I feel like at some point in their life. And so when you tell people that you found an opportunity that is not, it's not relying on you to push products or build a team, because yes, we're pretty much referring other affiliates to the business model. It's not like we're recruiting them to come sell products, right? Because again, the comp plan's not set up on product sales. So you're pretty much referring other people that want to make money to Live Good's business model. Um Live Good pays out on the membership. But y'all, when, like Johnny said, I came in super hot. Whenever I'll say quit promoting Live Good, I went back to esthetician school. I went back to nail tech school, two different programs. Live Good paid for 100% of that. I was making four figures a month passively doing nothing at that point, because I think probably maybe 4 or 5 months into it, that's whenever my monthly check hit over four figures. And so I was writing a check to the school every month, and I knew that Live Good was paying for it. And to be honest with you, it wasn't until one of my leaders came to me a few weeks ago and she said, Caitlin, and she's had massive success, even with some of the other companies that have come out and are structured like Live Good, right? They pay on the little membership. They've all had to redo their comp plans, those companies, because it's not sustainable. They're out for just a few months and then they're having to completely restructure the comp plan. This is her lived experience. She was telling me, because when you have someone that doesn't know what they're doing with a comp plan, it's not sustainable. And here I can say we've had no changes with the comp plan taking money from us, because Ben, whenever he did it, he sat down with the right people and really structured this to where it could pay us long term and be something that was doable. And so she came to me and she said, we need to take a look at it. And I'm like, wow, what's going on? And she said, because Caitlin, this is the only thing that is still paying us. This is the only thing that we've not touched. I had not touched Live Good in probably a couple years. I've mentioned it here and there because I'm very grateful for the income. Um, but whenever I joined Live Good, I probably promoted it maybe 8 weeks in the beginning. Okay. I made over $30,000 passively from Live Good, and it was just because I promoted it really hot and heavy. It was kind of ignorance on fire, um, because I was so excited about it. And then, like Johnny said, I saw my 89 cent. The things that didn't matter, right? The matrix pays nothing compared to the matching bonus. Like, I don't even look at the matrix pay anymore because it doesn't mean anything to me. Your income is your matching bonus. And so, what that means is how many people can you help change their financial future? That's it. That's all you're doing here is how many people can I present this opportunity to? By the way, this is just a side note. People always say, Caitlin, what do you send people when they're asking for info? I send my tour link. That's it. Nothing else. I let the systems in place do the work and I don't word vomit because giving them too much information will scare them off. They're going to think it's another one of the million different opportunities out there, and it's not. That video really seals the deal for people. So, and I made notes because I'm kind of like a squirrel. But y'all, like I said, everyone in network marketing, and I have a lot of people that are in network marketing on my timeline, and if they're not, then I promise you that they've probably tried it at some point. How I recruited, y'all, you can use Chat GPT for stuff, by the way. This is just a little tip for you. Um, I sent a screenshot of my Chat GPT to one of my teammates the other day, and she was like, I have never seen someone use talk to text with Chat GPT, but I did. And it was literally just me saying, okay, I've been in network marketing. Here's some of the pain points that I've experienced as a leader. I need help with a storytelling caption to draw attention and to create curiosity for people that are reading this post. That's it. And then I allow Chat GPT to create a post. With that being said, I don't just copy and paste it. I do try to tweak it because you're getting your meat and potatoes there, but you should not just be using everything from Chat GPT. Also, take out the dashes. The little dashes, people can tell that it is AI or Chat GPT whenever you keep the dashes in your wording. But a lot of network marketing people, if you just mention fluctuating paychecks, that is a major pain point. So, I didn't degrade their companies, but I spoke to their lived reality, and I really need you to process that. And what it did was it made them open to live good, because that's it. I believe that if I can get someone to be open to the opportunity, then the tour link that we have will close them. And that's all I have to do. So when people are like, Caitlin, what do you do all day? I generate curiosity from people. That's it. That's all I have to do because the systems in place here will do the rest. The tour video will explain to them everything that they need to know. So, and I meant to say at the beginning of this, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments and I will try to go back and answer them. Especially when it comes to like social media or anything like that. Um, but again, y'all, this business model is very different from anything else that you will see, because you don't have to sell products. So run with that. You can talk about the pain points that other people are experiencing. Um, the future of Live Good, when we continue to roll out products, our cleaning products, more daily essentials, this becomes a household subscription, just like Netflix, just like Costco. This becomes a household membership that everyone will have. And I firmly believe that in time, people will be like, dang, why did I not jump on that sooner? Because it's going to be something that, just an everyday brand that's used in homes, I believe. Um, this is the beginning of a legacy company. Again, something that your family can inherit. I'm personally here because the residual income, like Johnny said, I'm checking my reports and I'm seeing that I'm making over 4 figures a month doing nothing. And I don't want to say doing nothing um to discredit me recruiting those people in the beginning. But like you said, no one quits this. It's $10. Why would anyone quit it? They're saving on things that they need, but the residual income of this really has changed my life. Um, and as far as social media goes, y'all, if you're using Facebook, be a person. Think of your Facebook or your social media as your TV show, right? I like to create some things that are fun. Other things are more serious. You should not be only promoting Live Good. You should be promoting other roles that you play. For me, I'm a mom and a wife. Jesus is super important to me. And so I talk about that. But don't, a lot of people say, Caitlin, I can't get anyone, you know, to join. And I go to their page and it's because all I see is Live Good, right? They don't even feel like a person to me. They feel like a robot. And so be a person, be relatable. Don't be scared to open up to people. You should be consistent. I don't, I think, I don't want to say this and it rubbed people the wrong way. When I had kids, y'all, I did not take off. I've not taken a day off social media in years. Number one, it's fun for me. Social media should be fun. It should be a place where you feel like you're connecting with your friends, not, oh, I'm posting because this is work. And if you are consistent with it, then you'll have consistent paychecks that continue to increase. So just remember that, hope really only matters if you act on it. Um, with that being said, Johnny, is there any like questions that you have or anything else that I missed?
No, look, I don't think so. If there's any questions, guys, we'll have a little bit of a Q&A at the end as well. So if you want to save them, we can talk about that as well. Unless there's anything specifically you want to ask, you need to ask Caitlin, pop it in the chat. And I haven't seen anything in there, so I think you're covering. I think what you're saying is sinking in as well.
Okay. Well, back to you then, my friend.
Thanks, Caitlin. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thanks for your story. It's I'm just for me it feels like a little bit of a treat to have you back in conversations again. So it's great. We're going to do some cool things, and it's not like you don't know what to do. I think it wasn't about what to do to build Live Good to Diamond. It was about believing something that is different now. So I'm looking forward to that. And you know what, guys, what Caitlin's saying about social media, it's so true. And I know that we talk about it all the time. Um, when it comes to people will say to me, Johnny, what do I do? And like Caitlin said, she'll go to somebody's social media page and have a look and think, oh, what's no wonder, So you can't have your social media page, especially things like Facebook, with Live Good plastered all over. The idea of social media and marketing and all of that stuff is creating curiosity, and to do that, you're not creating any curiosity when you've got a name sitting there all over your Facebook page, right? Or you're talking about Live Good and look at these fantastic super reds from Live Good. Wow, they're amazing. The idea is that you don't have that billboard all over your social media when somebody visits, because it's like, oh no, not again. This person's showing up, and that you're not giving them any opportunity to reach out to you and say, Dawn, what is that? I need to know. And that's the idea with it, the attraction marketing and creating curiosity. But the other thing, sorry, was it Francis? Did you have a question? Did you want to unmute? I'm not sure whether you can. Hang on a second. One momento. Okay, try that.
Yes, sir.
Hi,
Thank you
Johnny.
very much.
Oh, go ahead.
You go ahead, ma'am. You go ahead.
Go, Francis.
Johnny,
Yes,
no,
sir.
I was just going to say that you've disabled the chat, so that's why there's no questions, I think.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize, but thank you. That's a very important question. Well, not. Let me just see if it's okay. Anyway, look, I won't waste time looking at that now. I might have done it by mistake. It doesn't matter. That's all right. So jot down any questions, and we'll go through those. We'll go through those later, guys. Okay. So Francis, thank you for that. But
But you can't because it is disabled.
it is disabled. Yes, it is disabled. Okay, hang on a second. Okay.
And
There we
while
go.
you're looking for that, oh, I didn't know. I didn't know if you were gonna look at for that. I was just going to say when it
Yep.
comes to products, creating curiosity, y'all, it's the same thing. So, if you have your reds and you want to talk about products, because there are people that are more product focused and they want to refer members and maybe not focus as much on affiliates, only showing, the scoop of the reds and then talking about the benefits. Don't say what it is. What you are going to highlight is just the benefits. And through that, I will say through my stories on social media, that's where I get so many people that are asking questions. So don't feel, again, less is more in this business when it comes to piquing curiosity.
Absolutely. And thanks for bringing that up, Katlyn, because look, at the end of the day, some people are more comfortable, talking about the business opportunity and the membership club and talking about, not stop living paycheck to paycheck and all of that, right? It's a different conversation, isn't it? But some people, and although in the beginning we were, some of us might have been yelling and screaming at people for talking about product, but I mean, that was probably wrong in thinking about it, because it's not that you're out there selling product, but it's your conversation starter. If you've been comfortable in your community of talking products usually, well, hey, you can do that again now, except you're not necessarily out there trying to make a dollar on the products, but you're trying to bring them in and create the excitement because of the product. So absolutely. And we've got some rippers, and boy, have we got some conversations that guys, these things, come on, essential oils for $29.95. Are you kidding me? So there's a lot of conversation starters that we have, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now, look, guys, one of the things that I love most about these sessions is the stories. Any sessions, anything that you do, anything that you say, the perfect presentation, the perfect, on stage presentation, even, it's all about great stories, right? Because people resonate with them, right? Someone tells their story of grinding, showing up every day, achieving the rank, breaking free. And there are people listening to that story and thinking, you know what, that sounds just like me and my struggle. And it inspires them to fire up and believe that it's possible for them as well. So stories are brilliant. And it just so happens that I have another little great story for you all, for y'all. I actually don't mind the y'all that these Americans entertain. But now this person joined Live Good, I think around 5.5 months ago. And, after simply making a decision, right? And she'll tell you her story. Yes, it's another she. The women are taking over today. She made a decision that she was going to do this for a family period. And she had a reason. She had a bee in her bonnet, right? She was going to run like hell and not stop until she, set her family free. I'll let her tell her story. Please help me welcome and also celebrate our latest platinum rank, all the way from Ontario in Canada, Gianna Da Silva. The stage is yours, my dear.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much for that introduction, and good morning to everybody. So I'm a 52-year-old mom from Ontario. I live out here in the middle of nowhere here in the country. I have a 16-year-old, a 22-year-old, 2 daughters. I've been happily remarried, and I actually was the epitome of a loyal employee, hardworking, put in 50 hours a week, every single week, sacrificed time away from my kids, time that I'll never get back. And I actually thought I was working for something more for our family. And I started with this company. It was very small when I started. And they grew into a big company because me and a few other people put in the grind. And when this company grew, as I grew with it, this company tried to take away as much shine away from me as possible. And, I knew I could do so much more, but the opportunities weren't coming to me. And one day I thought I was going in for a promotion. And in fact, the company restructured and I was one of the ones that let that go. And my whole world came crashing down because now I'm 49 years old, going into 50, and I have to start all over again from scratch. And we went from 2 salaries down to 1 overnight. And I had no backup plan. I had no plan B and nothing saved. And it was very scary. I actually thought it was the end for me. And that was the moment I decided that I wanted more. I wanted more for myself, my kids, my husband, my family, and it wasn't going to happen me trading my time to build somebody else's dream life while my life slipped away. You see, once the time is gone, it's gone for good. You can't get that back, and time is my biggest asset. And I thought, I still have to help my husband with the bills. Bills are coming in. I got to do something, but I want to be at home with my family. I wanted a family first business, something I could do at home around my kids. And I came into the online space. I had no business coming into the online space. I had no experience, no clue. I just knew that the opportunities were online. I knew that the future was going to be in the online space, and there was going to be something for me. So I came into social media scared as anybody could be, and I tried all kinds of stuff. Every single thing that TikTok app showed me to do, I tried almost everything. Okay, nothing was working. And I'm thinking, gosh, I'm trying everything. And then I thought, okay, well, if the wind blew that way, I'm going to go that way. That person looks like they're making something. I'm going to go that way. Okay, and I went for it. And then all of a sudden, another couple of weeks, I was doing something else. And I was going from one thing to the next. And I'm going to tell you something, that the shiny object syndrome is a real sickness. Make no mistake about it. Okay? And I suffered from that for quite a while. And I wasn't making anything. I wasn't making any dent. I felt like I was wasting time. And then I thought, well, maybe if I spend more, maybe if I pay more, I'm going to make more. It's going to be better if I pay more. So I did the buy a course to sell a course, and I got into that whole shit show. And I got into 5 programs. I spent thousands of dollars I didn't have. I went on every single payment plan you can imagine, trying to make a dent in our finances, because I wanted to be the yes mom, the fun mom, the present mom. I wanted to make up for lost time that I'll just never get back, but I wanted to make up for lost time. And anyway, I did the courses. I went through all that. And do they work? I'm not going to say they don't work, okay? There's a handful of people doing really great with them, but they don't work for most people. And I witnessed that myself. And I'm thinking, I don't like this feeling. I don't like the grind. I don't like what's happening here. I'm starting from scratch every single day. If I put my phone down for a weekend, my whole business dries up. And I'm like, this is nuts. This is not what I signed up for. I don't want to be doing videos in my 60s and 70s. I want something where I can do the work and somehow it's going to pay me over and over and over again. And I thought it was going to come from those programs. And I was going to, have my time back and be on the beach. I didn't get my time back. It was a 7-day-a-week grind. And I was starting from scratch every single day. I wasn't building anything. And I wanted a way out. I wanted a way out of the buy a course to sell a course. I was sick of it. I didn't like the way people were not doing well with it. They weren't winning. And I came across Anna's live. Anna, if you're here, you're the best, hon. She's the best support system in this company. Complete stranger, didn't know her from Adam, but I resonated with her story because she got out of the program that I was trying to get out of. And I thought, oh my goodness, how did she get out? I want out too, right? So I connected with her. She showed me the comp plan, and I'm going to tell you something. When I saw that comp plan and I saw this proven payout structure, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. Like, it doesn't matter whether I can afford it. Can the people afford it? $50, right? Nobody has to go into debt for this. Nobody has to go into a plan for this. This is amazing. I thought, well, I blow more than $50 going through a drive-through. Worst case scenario, it's not $500. Best case scenario, it changes my life. And I did it. I signed up. I checked out the reviews. And this is the other thing, okay? This is the biggest tip for the shiny object syndrome. Look for proven track record. Look for reviews. Look for credibility. Look for stability. Because you see, I was looking for something that I could rely on, something that I could depend on, something that's going to sustain me, not just now, but in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. That's what I was looking at. No longer was I looking for the hot, new, shiny thing that comes out every single week. And let me tell you something, guys, get used to it. Get used to something that comes up every single week and every month in this online space. Get used to it. It's nothing new. Okay? I don't panic. When somebody comes to me, oh my God, did you see this? Yep. And no thank you. Okay? Because the thing about me, the thing about this company is stability. Okay? This is a company that stands for something. Okay? What do you stand for? If you don't stand for anything, everyone else is going to see you stand for nothing, right? And when you hop in from one thing to the next, what you don't know is the massive network behind those people that are going from one thing to the next, making it look easy to you. That's what you don't know, okay? And I was wondering, well, how come they're making it and I'm not making it? Because they had a huge network. Listen, I came in here with no network in Deliver Good. 2 people came from the old program with me into this one. That's it. What I built from scratch with my team. My amazing, hardworking team, by the way. This is not a solo victory. This is a team-based effort, right? And I'll tell you, this shiny object, and I get it, it's a real thing. Do your research, okay? Don't you want to be with something that's stable, that's reliable, that's global, right? There's a lot of weight that holds in that. And these shiny objects that come in today, gone the next, they have no proven track record, right? And I'll tell you, when I started to promote this, okay, I had to rebuild all over again because there was nothing there in those programs. The second I stopped promoting that program, gone. There was nothing there because it's air, okay? I actually built nothing. And I had to rebuild all over again. And it was actually really hard every day to show up. And I knew I had to. And I had to do it to the point where I got to show up even if I don't want to, even if the whole world around me is falling apart. And there were days it did. And I had to show up anyways because I knew I had to show up until one day I didn't have to. Because you see, this is a business that's going to take you places that you've never seen before. And I knew that. And I'll tell you something, this is very true. This business will not fail you, but your mindset will. Okay? There's no doubt about it. Your mindset will fail you. And on the days it feels tough, like, you know, I'll get questions, Gianna, what do I do? You know, I don't feel good. What do I do about this? I'm not feeling good. I don't know how to do it. Show up anyways. Do it anyways. You don't feel good? Get the camera, film a video, do your live. Even if you do one video and one live, do it anyways, okay? Because it's more than just about you. It's about your family. It's about your team's family. And, you know, do you want to be the jack of all trades and the master of none, or do you want to stand for something, right? Because this is going to be the biggest takeaway here, and I'll leave it at this, but if you want to change your life, and I mean really change your life, start by helping somebody else change their life and watch your life change in the process. And use this blessing the way it's intended to be used, which is to help people. And show up from that standpoint, not because you need a sign up, okay, but because you're helping people. There's a difference in how you show up that way. If people can feel that energy, they can see that. And if you don't show up that way, you don't know what you have in front of you. You need to go and look at what you've got in front of you. And that's unshakable. That's what this blessing is. And when you see it for what it is, it's going to make the road a lot smoother for you. That's for sure. Back to you, Johnny.
Oh, Gianna, just keep going. You got the microphone, you got the floor. Just that was fantastic. I'm sure. No, this has been a very, very special session with Katlyn and yourself. That was beautiful. And you know what's really funny? I didn't know you. I didn't, guys. I didn't know who Gianna was. I mean, I knew Anna. Love Anna. She's on the call here somewhere hiding. But I didn't know Gianna. Anna sent me a message yesterday saying, Johnny, Gianna and Platinum, and I thought, okay, fantastic, just in time for the Saturday session. Congratulations! Because guys, the recognition and the celebrations are really, really important. That's what people want that. They want that. They want to know that people know, that leadership's noticing. It's so exciting. And here, and then I said to, I looked up Gianna on Facebook, and she had like 70 friends. And I thought, how did she get to platinum with 76 friends? Like it didn't make sense to me. And I messaged her and I said, congratulations. How did you, what do you, but 76 friends. And then she said, you know, a lot of my business, a lot of the business has been coming from TikTok. And I thought, okay. And I mean, there's a conversation here that's really, really important, guys, because you need to understand that we all want to hear these stories because we feel inspired, right? We start to believe that it's possible for us as well. I know many of you have been listening here to Katlyn and to Gianna and thinking to yourself, okay, I've got to give it that shot. I think I'm not running hard enough. I think I'm not showing up enough, right? That's what happens. That's why I'm yelling and screaming every single week together with Trevor that here's the examples. Here are the examples. This isn't something that we've just plucked out of thin air, right? This is, it's proven. And when I looked at, and I went to Gianna's TikTok account earlier today, and mine and hers are very similar. We've got exactly the same amount of followers, and she's been showing up every single day doing videos. And I say to people, because people will always ask me, Johnny, how can I get to, I mean, you know, somebody that's sitting at a bronze rank asking, how do I get to diamond is not the right question. The question would be, how can I get to silver really quickly? How can I get, oh, I'm going to get to diamond, Johnny. Don't you worry about that. But how can I? You know, don't ask me, how can I get to diamond? Because I'm going to give you a long list of things that you got to do that I did that you don't want to do. You know what I mean? So, but showing up every single day, when I saw Gianna's profile earlier today, I thought, okay, everything now makes sense. Totally. Because what she said earlier, guys, it's not something new. You know, mentors have been talking about it for years and years. You can have all the knowledge in the world. You can sit there showing up to Zooms and read books all day long and try and, you know, how to this, how to that, and listen to him, listen to that. If you don't go out there and execute, you've done nothing. You've wasted time. So you got to show up even if you don't feel like it. And of course we don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. For example, I had my mum's 1 year anniversary since she passed, right? Today, this weekend. Like if there's ever a weekend I don't feel like showing up to do any videos, like it's this weekend. But I still showed up to do my videos. I had to put it to the side, give mum a kiss, blow her, grab her photo as well, and just have a little conversation with her and say, okay, mum, I love you. Always will. I've got work to do. And just showed up again and again and again, because that's all it is. Now you're going to hear social media stories from different leaders. Like Katlyn will talk about Facebook, for example, right? And some are very good and some are very different as well. So Facebook's a different monster where you really need to build a brand. You need to build you as a brand. You don't go there and just start talking about, you know, look at my cheap products and da-da-da and live good and yeah. No, you're wasting. People don't even want to. No one's showing up. But you got to build a brand. It's long term. You know, slip in some things about personal life and whatever, you know, so people can enjoy showing up. But TikTok is a different animal altogether. You can show up on TikTok and have no idea what you're doing and still build a business, still build this business. Yeah, but Johnny, no. Don't yeah, but Johnny me, because I'm not interested. You got to keep showing up. You have to keep showing up. But what do I say? Here's the tip on TikTok. You search and you find others in the same space, whether it's digital marketing, home-based business, making money online, I don't care. Other live good people. Don't copy, model. Don't copy, model. There is a difference. Modeling is just using the concept, using the 3-second hook. You can use the same lines. I don't care. Use my same lines, but just use your own words. The idea is that you grab one of those videos or 2 or 3, you have a handful of half a dozen of them, and you just do that. Oh, but Johnny, takes time. Really? What does it take? Does it take 2 minutes to copy a video, another minute or two to edit it? You've got to show up. I have people here that have been here for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and still maybe haven't enrolled one person. And they blame Live Good. They blame me. They blame whoever. I'm not, trust me, guys, I always come from a place of love. I'm not calling anybody out. No one. But I have a responsibility, and so does Trevor, to call things out, not personally, to a group. You gotta just show up, and TikTok just happens to be one of those platforms where you have okay, here's an example. I happened to stumble on some female. Was she Live Good? I think she was Live Good. Yes, Live Good. Because, on TikTok, who knows what program they're talking about now. There's $10, $20, $30 and whatever bullshit, right? But I'm pretty sure it was Live Good. I'm pretty sure $10. Anyway, whatever. Guys, I don't know her. But listen to this. It's important. She spoke so slow that I was falling asleep. Like I was falling asleep. But I listened to her. I was curious. You know why I was curious? Have a guess. Because she had 150,000 views on that video. What's my point? Somebody like her, who probably isn't a public speaker, who probably is like most of you, right? Because when I say most of you, let's assume that in the room here, we've got some just nice, average people. We don't have rock stars necessarily. If she can have, but then I looked at her profile and she was showing up, 2-3 times a day. Something had to blow up. And when you have a video blowing up with just hundreds, and people are sleeping here, hundreds of people wanting to find out more and saying more info. Are you trying to tell me that none of those are going to join you? That's not how it works, guys. That's how somebody's business blows up. So TikTok just happens to be one of those platforms that allows anybody to just show up. And there are some people on here right now listening to me saying, Johnny, I show up. Johnny, I show up and I can't, you're not showing up the right way. You think you are. You think you are. Now, I spent a little bit of money on a TikTok coach that can teach me a couple of little bits and pieces that I didn't know. Things like, I would always put fancy captions that are this big, or want to put music on going, living on a prayer while I'm talking my message. No music, simple captions, no filters. No filters. Try doing that one. But no filters. They're the ones, those little tips are the things that TikTok want to see so they can flick your video into viral land. And that's how it is. And I thought to myself, really? I can't put a little bit of music just to make people emotional while they're listening to my video? But apparently they don't like it. Now, once in a blue moon, somebody's music video, is going to go viral. But all I'm saying is TikTok is fantastic for that. It really is. It's a great platform for doing that. So there's no excuse for anybody not being able to build a business. I have people complaining to me for a long time, little bits and pieces of, Johnny, it's just not working for me. No, you're not working. I'm sorry to say it, but you're not. This is all about activity. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter how much knowledge you got. It's all activity. It's all numbers. It's all showing up. I don't care whether I feel like it. I get up in the morning. Guys, the best example that I always use is the gym. I go to the gym 6 days a week. Do I feel like going? None. No. I feel like 0 days a week, but I go anyway. But after a week, I can't look in the mirror and say, I don't believe this thing's not working. 2 weeks, still not working. I can't see anything. Got to keep showing up. It's that simple. So I just wanted to just run through that really quickly because, look, that's an important conversation to have. That and kind of leading on, a segue from Gianna's presentation. But look, and keep it simple, guys. We gotta keep it simple. I have people that I talk to sometimes, and they're working on this funnel and this fancy landing page and this this system that costs people $30 and $40 and $50 a month. Everything that you do, whatever you do, has to be duplicatable for your people. It really does. You can't use some fancy landing page and expect your people just to not have one, because they're going to ask you, Gianna, what are you doing? What's that? Oh, well, that kind of costs, Keep it simple. Use a link tree. It's fantastic. You know what I mean? So, don't complicate it. It has to be duplicatable. But all I can say is you gotta run, and it's not too late to run. It really isn't. We've got something so special here, and there's a reason why I've been yelling and screaming for so long, because I saw it. Trevor saw it. Many of you that are here saw it. We do. And yes, like Gianna said, there is always going to be shiny objects no matter what. And those people, look, I'm not here to bash anybody, because I think that everybody can have the opportunity to build 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different streams of income. Problem with that is most people can't build one. They're never going to build 3 or 4, right? Some have been doing this long enough and they've got a big following, and then everybody else thinks they can do the same. They've got a big following, and they can have 3 or 4 things on their link tree or on their stand store, and they'll still make money, and they're happy with that. But I'm here to tell you that anybody that wants to get to diamond in any business, the top rank of any business, ain't going to do it by doing 3, 4 other businesses and promoting and chasing 6 rabbits. They just won't. It's just how it is. So if you want to do that, that's fine, but don't come to me asking, what do I have to do to get to diamond? Because my answer is going to be the same. Go and have a look at the list. Go to Business for Home, businessforhome.org, and click on, not companies, click on top earners. And it'll start at the top with, the top earner in this industry is over $1 million a month, going down to 800,000, 600,000, 300,000 per month. How many businesses do you think those people are doing? Do you think 5? Or do you think maybe they're staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning messaging people? That's just what it takes. So that's why I yell and scream about that. And some people take it the wrong way, thinking that, oh, Johnny's just bashing me because I want to promote a 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 club. And that leads me on to one final little point before we get onto a couple of little questions. And that is, for some strange reason, people have this fantasy, these same people, that the only way to succeed in this industry is to chase spillover, is to go to that next company that's trying to copy what we're doing with a matrix. And maybe if I go over there early enough, I might just collect some of that 25 cents, 50 cents, 30 cents, only to realize that, oh, that's all I'm getting, because at some point I have to build the damn thing. So it's the same thing again. I saw a post today from somebody who's already doing 4 businesses. Big announcement, another one, get in early. So I get it. It's always going to happen. It's just like illegal scams and pyramid schemes. They've been around for 100 years. They're going to be around for another 100. So guys, we're always going to be here, always giving you the best possible advice, because we have a responsibility to you. Even when we see you, doing this a little bit, we have a responsibility to give you that little bit of a slap, even if you don't like it, right? But anyway, that's all I've got right now, guys. Any questions? Let's open it up to a couple of little. Oh, hang on. Let me just see if I've allowed you to unmute. Oh, here we go. So, guys, if you've got any questions for myself or Gianna or Katlyn, why don't you put your hand up and ask away? Susie.
I'm asking.
Hey, Susie.
I have a couple questions. Okay, when Katlyn, I want to know if when you post on Facebook, because I'm a little scared of posting on Facebook because of my other network marketing business that I still do, but not that much. And I've got a lot of friends here, whatever. I've got 2,000 friends. Do you withhold the Live Good name until you get connected with them? Although if they're a Facebook friend, you already are connected. I'm just kind of curious about that process that you're in promoting. And I'm gonna look at your Facebook. I already started following you, so I'm going to look at your Facebook profile.
Yeah, so I typically do not say live good right out. I will every once in a while, but no, because it piques more curiosity whenever you don't, because the goal is to give them as much as you can without giving them all of it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you've said so many good nuggets, Caitlin, that were amazing. And I had some team members come on after you were talking. And I struggle sometimes in finding the recording, Johnny. Is it going to be in your link in your okay.
I'll get it out.
Okay.
I also have a social media checklist that I give my team. It is a checklist that you do every single day on Facebook. It's the one that I've followed for years now. And so I'll also make sure if you just shoot me a message, I can send that to you. Or I
Okay.
can make sure that I send it to Johnny
Yeah,
and he can post it.
absolutely. Thanks, Caitlin, for
Okay.
doing that.
I think I had one more question. Hold on. Oh yeah. How, well, for any of you guys, actually more Gianna talked about this, was how you, and you touched on this about using the products in the video, which I really don't do. But when you do, how did you say you do that again? Or what are your thoughts on just say that part again?
I don't know
You,
specifically who you're asking, but I can tell you if you want the really dumbed down version that is super easy, you can type in chat gpt, hey, I'm taking my greens from live good, give me 5 benefits, and then it will shoot out the benefits, and you can either use that and make your own post, or highlight 1 or 2 benefits. Sorry, I'm in the living room, and the kids are loud, but chat gpt, I really use it for a lot, and it'll tell you all of that you're looking for.
okay, the benefits. That was your big
Yes,
key thing.
yes.
Benefits, benefits, benefits. Got it.
And that,
Thank
I've
you.
got to tell you, ChatGPT has been a lifesaver. I mean, I finally decided to get the paid version of $25 a month, whatever it is, and I'm
Me too.
training it now. I'm training her, I call it her, um, to um, to how I speak and everything. And everything I do now. My content, I've got a bunch of 3-second hooks. Give me some hooks that bring some emotion or whatever it is that I want for that moment. I ask ChatGPT, and that's a great idea, Caitlin, for that as well, of course, because ChatGPT knows Live Good, knows the product, so perfect idea. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Susie. Anybody else? Any questions? No. No.
No, Radcliffe has a question.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, Captain?
Good, man.
Mr. Silva, what did you do when you were in that point where I don't know if you experienced that point, but what happened when you had the lulls in your team? How did you, if the fire went out, how did you reignite it?
I just keep focusing on showing up. I don't focus on, uh, let's put it this way, I lead by example. If you're going to be in the trenches, I'm going to be in the trenches. I practice what I preach. So whether you show up or not, I show up. I don't worry about what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. I worry about what I'm going to do.
Right.
And whoever's going to come with me is going to come with me. And if you don't want to come with me, that's fine. I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep adding. And I'm going to keep building. And I'm going to keep showing up. And I show up like it's like I'm breathing air. Like
Right.
it has to be natural. I don't care. I mean, I care obviously that, the people are building and I'm there for them. And I do a master class for my team every single Tuesday. I show up whether
Wow.
nobody shows up or not. Right. But I keep going. Right? I can't
Right.
focus on what you're not going to do, but I can control what I'm doing.
Okay, so in other words, no matter whether anybody's looking or not, you still have a team in front of you. You just can't see them sometimes.
So the people will follow the leader that knows the way out. This is a
Got it.
proven evolutionary psychology, right? People will follow the people that know the way out. So if I'm a leader that doesn't show up, how do I expect everyone else to show up? right?
Got it.
You have to show up. You have to be the way out. People want to follow the people that know the way out.
Got
And
it.
so you have to show up, right? And if they're not showing
Right.
up, okay, you continue to show up and people will follow that.
Thank you very much. I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the point there also, Radcliffe, is that this business not only Live Good, but this industry is all about numbers. It's like, if you keep it simple, it's all about numbers. What do I mean? I mean that
Right.
if I started my business today, I just have to get out there and talk to as many people, talk to more people than anybody, and bring in as many as I can. The problem is that most people will bring in 3 or 4, for example. And if you're hanging around with just 3 or 4 people, playing around with them now that you've got 3 or 4, that's going to go nowhere, because it'll take 5 minutes for 3 or 4 people not to do anything, and then you're lost. And then you're asking not you, but and then people will ask the questions. My people are not doing anything. What do you mean? The odds are against you for 3 or 4, 5, 6 people anyway. You've got to introduce a lot of people in order to find some rock stars. And I'm not suggesting you have to. I mean, I think there's probably a couple of hundred people I've brought into the business, 250, whatever, in the last 2.5 years. Trevor, I think, has sponsored 30 people, 35.
Right.
He happened to get a couple of the right people. But what I'm saying is, you need the numbers in order to find. It's just like we say. Remember, I always say, I did that video on flipping the cards. You got to keep flipping cards to find that ace. You find that ace, you keep flipping cards. You don't sit there celebrating the ace for 3 weeks, only to find the ace wasn't an ace after all. He was a 3, and then you come around saying, "What do you do? What do you do when your people aren't doing anything?" What do you mean? You celebrated for so long. You got to keep flipping until you find the aces, find another one, and then finally suddenly you wake up one morning, you're diamond. I mean, it's
perfect.
Not just like that,
Thank
but you know what I mean. You got to work the numbers. So what Gianna's saying is that, you know what, I can't force my people to run like I do. But if I run and set the example, if I run, 2 things are going to happen. These people are watching me, number 1, and number 2, I'm bringing in more talent, more people. So I'm doing so. FOMO will take care of the rest. You just have to keep going. Hey, celebration. Keep going. Hey, good on you. Fantastic. You're going to go diamond? Good on you. I'm going. Keep going. That's all it is. It's all numbers. And most people are not prepared to do the numbers because they're uncomfortable. It's like cold calling. It's like all of that stuff. If you can do the things that most people don't want to do, you, my friend, will have an absolutely incredible career. But most people don't want to do the things that hurt. They don't. They want to be comfortable. They want to get up in the morning to go to the gym. The brain says, don't worry about it, David. Go tomorrow. No one's going to notice. Bullshit. You notice.
Right.
You notice. And that's why your self-esteem starts to take a hit after a while, because you stop believing in you. When you start saying to yourself, I'm going to get to diamond, I'm going to kill this thing, there's a little voice in your head that creeps up really quickly, jumps out and says, why? You failed at everything else. You don't even show up. What are you talking about? You're not going to win anything. That's what happens.
Right.
Self-esteem starts to take a hit. My self-esteem, it takes a hit every now and again, but not lately. So for anybody that's sitting here in the room wondering when their breakthrough is going to happen, it will happen. But you've got to make a decision first. Too many people are in this business and still haven't made a decision. Seriously.
Right.
They haven't. They think they have. They joined, they paid their $50, they bought in a person, they got to bronze, maybe 2, but still haven't made a decision. That's all. The difference with those that got to where they are is because they made that decision and they ran. That's all it is. So anyway, I hope that was enjoyable, folks. Let me just
thank you both.